Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time I'll be doing on the Cambridge Lower Secondary Checkpoint Mathematics Paper 2 for April 2024. You're allowed to use a calculator, let's start. Question 1. It'll take 7 workers 6 days to pick some mangoes. Calculate how many workers are needed to pick these mangoes in 3 days. Well, if you have more number of workers, that means it'll take less time. And 3 days is less time than 6 days, so we need more workers. And in this case, they're inversely proportional. So 6 days divided by 2 is equal to 3. And that is the number we need now. So the number of workers we need will just be the opposite. 7 times 2, which is 14 workers. Since this is a 1-mark question, 14 is enough for your answer, but I've just written this for understanding. Question 2. Calculate the square root of 54 divided by the square root of 6. Because of the third laws, we can write this as the square root of 54 by 6. And that will be equal to the square root of 9, which is plus or minus 3. That's our answer. Question 3. The mass of a baby is 4 kilograms. Each month, the mass of the baby increases by 15% of its mass from the previous month. Find the mass of the baby after 2 months. Well, this one can be found using the compound interest formula. In this case, it's not the money which increases or the interest. In this case, it's just the mass of the baby. So over here, the mass of the baby after 2 months will be equal to 4 times 1 plus 15 by 100, the whole squared. Now that will be equal to 4 times 1.15 squared, and doing this on the calculator, 4 times 1.15 squared is equal to 5.29 kilograms. That'll be our answer. Let's go to question 4. In a game, Oliver can either lose or draw or win. The probability that Oliver loses the game is 50%. The probability he draws the game is 20%. Work out the probability Oliver wins the game. Of course, the total probability is 100%, and there's only 3 different options for the result of the game. 2 of them have been given, so 50 and 20, and we just subtract this to get the third. So that'll be 30% probability that Oliver wins. Question 5. Anastasia has 4 fair spinners A, B, C, and D. She spins one of the spinners 1200 times and gets an even number 486 times. Write down the letter of the spinner she is most likely to have used. Well, let's find the probabilities of an even number for all 4 spinners. This one is 2 by 4 or 0.5. The spinner B will be 1 by 3 or 0.33. Spinner C will be 2 by 3 or 0.67. And spinner D will be 2 by 5 or 0.4. Now, which one of these numbers most closely matches the probability of getting an even number in this spinner? Well, we can divide 486 by 1200 and we'll find that out. 0.405. This one matches it very close. So 486 by 1200 is 0.405, which is very close to 0.4. So spinner D is the answer. It's the one which most likely has been used. Let's go to question 6. Here's a mapping diagram for the function y equals 4x squared. Complete the mapping diagram with 3 different values. The inputs are here and the outputs are here. We can see that 10 goes to an output of 4 times 10 squared, which is 400. Now we have 2 different inputs which go to the same output, 100. Well, since the output is y, which is 4x squared, we can write that 4x squared is equal to 100. So x squared is 25. And x is the square root of 25, which is equal to plus or minus 5. That's why there are 2 different values. You have to write minus 5 and positive 5. That's our answer. Question 7. Here's the calculation. 1.5 times 1.5 times 28 is a by 2 times a by 2 times 28, which is 8 times a times b. Find the value of a and b. Well, we can see that 1.5 and 1.5 are the same as a by 2 and a by 2. So, of course, a by 2 is equal to 1.5, a is equal to 3. Now, we can write 3 by 2 times 3 by 2 times 28 as 3 times 3 times 28 by 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is just 4. 28 by 4 is just 7. So that'll be equal to 3 times 3 times 7. And this is why b is equal to 7. Since this is in the form of a times b, you can see that a is there twice, so 3 times 3, and then we have a third number, b, which is 7. So a is 3, b is 7, that's our answer. Question 8. Carlos sells previously owned clothes. He'll ask his customers one of these questions, A or B. A, on a scale of 1 to 10, what number would you choose to represent the condition of the clothes? 1 is very poor and 10 is excellent. All these range in between the two extremes. And the B question is, which words would you choose to represent the condition of the clothes? Very poor, average, or excellent. Carlos wants to work out a mean value to represent the condition of the clothes. Tick to show which question would Carlos ask and the reason why. Well, since Carlos wants to work out a mean value, he needs numbers. We need to add up all the values which he gets from his survey and then divide by the number of surveys he took. That is the definition of a mean. And that's why if you try using question B, it won't really work. You cannot really add very poor with average. What are you going to do? You can't add letters, right? You can only add numbers. So question A is correct. That's because it asks for quantitative data. Question B asks for qualitative data because they're not in the form of numbers. Question A is quantitative because it's in the form of numbers. That's the answer. Question 9. You enlarge a square ABCD by a scale factor of 2. Point A does not move when the square is enlarged. Draw a ring around the coordinates of the center of enlargement. If point A doesn't move, that means even though it's enlarged, it'll stay at the same place. And that of course means that point A is the center of enlargement, that's 2, 2. Question 10. The diagram shows a solid metal cylinder with a radius of 4.1 centimeters and height 7 centimeters. The cylinder is melted and the metal made into cubes. The side length of each cube is 2 centimeters. Calculate the number of whole cubes that are made. Well, first let's find the volume of the cylinder, because that is the volume of metal which is used to make the cylinder and also used to make the cubes. So the volume of cylinder is equal to pi r squared h, which is pi times 4.1 squared times 7. And using our calculator, we can find out that this is going to be equal to 369.67 centimeters cubed. Now the number of whole cubes is going to be equal to 369.67 divided by the volume of 1 cube. And the volume of 1 cube is side length cubed, or 2 cubed. And when we take 2 cubed, that's 8. So dividing this by 8, we get 46 cubes to the nearest whole number. And in this case, it's truncated to the nearest whole number. Why do we truncate this? Well, even if you rounded it off, in this case, since it's 46.2, it'll give the same value. But then, let's just imagine that the answer was somehow 46.8. Then the answer is still 46 and it's not 47, because you cannot make another cube with only 0.8 of what is required, right? So the number of whole cubes that's made is only the integer part. So if you have 46 point whatever decimals here, only this part is the number of whole cubes. This part will give the remainder, or whatever volume of metal is left. So well, the answer is 46. Let's just write that down and go to question number 11. The pie chart shows information about the different types of pizzas sold in a restaurant. A total of 324 pizzas are sold. Nia says 20 more cheese pizzas are sold than meat pizzas. Tick to show if Nia is correct or not correct, you must show your working. Well, if there are 324 pizzas sold, that means the number of cheese pizzas will be this portion here. And since the pie chart has a total of 360 degrees, the number of pizzas which are cheese pizzas will be given by the angle divided by 360 times the number of pizzas in total. So the number of cheese pizzas is going to be equal to 60 by 360 times 324. And doing this, we get 54 pizzas. Now, what about the meat pizzas? Meat is the gray color one, 40 degrees. So the meat pizza number will be equal to 40 by 360 times 324, which is equal to 36 meat pizzas. and 54 minus 36 is equal to 18. And that means 18 more pizzas are sold in cheese than in meat. And it's not equal to 20. So Mia is not correct, since she says that there's 20 more pizzas in cheese. Anyway, that's our answer. Question 12. The diagram shows a right angled triangle. Find an expression in terms of y for the area of the triangle. Well, if this is a right angled triangle, then y is the height and y is also the base. So the expression in terms of y for the area is going to be half bh, which is half times y, which is equal to half times y squared. That'll be our answer. You can write this as y squared by 2, that's still correct. Question 13. A polygon has 7 sides. The sizes of the 6 largest interior angles of the polygon add up to 855 degrees. Calculate the size of the smallest interior angle. Well, let's find the sum of interior angles. In this case, it's just 180 times n minus 2 for any polygon, and in this case, it's since n is equal to 7, that's the number of sides in the polygon, is going to be 900 degrees. And the size of the smallest interior angle is going to be 900 minus the size of all the other angles, 855. It's going to be 45 degrees. That's our answer. Question 14. Solve 56 by y plus 1 equals 8. Well, let's just bring the y plus 1 up here. 56 equals 8 times y plus 1. Now we can divide by 8 on both sides to get y plus 1 equals 7, and then therefore y is equal to 6, and this will be our answer. Question 15. The graph shows the exchange rate between US dollars and Japanese yen. This graph is a line graph over here. Angelique changes $40 into Japanese yen. Calculate how many Japanese yen Angelique receives. We can see at this point is $25 on the x coordinate and the y coordinate is 3,300 yen. So $40 to Japanese yen we can find by using ratio. 25 is to 3300 is equal to 40 is to the number of Japanese yen, let's say y. So we can convert to fractions, and y is equal to 40 times 3300 by 25. Now let's use our calculator for this. 3300 times 40 divided by 25 to get 5280 yen. That's our answer. Let's go to question 16. Triangle ABC is translated by the vector 2, 1 to make triangle DEF. The triangle DEF is translated by the vector minus 3, 7 to make triangle GHI. Describe fully the single transformation that maps ABC onto GHI. Well, we just add up the two translation vectors. That's quite easy, right? 2, 1 plus minus 3 is 7. Just means that we add the x parts of the vector and then add the y parts of the vector. So that's just going to be translation by vector minus 1, 8. That's our answer. Question 17. Rajiv bisects an angle. Here is his construction. There are arcs missing from his construction. Construct the missing arcs accurately on the diagram. First, you have to use your compass and place the needle over here and the pencil over here. Just trace out this arc. And note that the exact same length will be used for this arc as well. Now place the compass needle here and use the exact same length on the compass to draw another arc on this line, somewhere around there. And also place the compass needle here without changing the length and draw one more arc. The point where these arcs intersect will be connected with this, and that'll be making this line. The point where the arcs intersect has to be on the line. Only then this construction is accurate. So well, these two arcs you have to construct using your compasses. Make sure the length is this much for your compass, and that's our answer. Question 18. The ratio of the sizes of the angles of a triangle is 5:8:3. Tick to show if the triangle is right angled or not. You must show you're working. Well, the answer is it is right angled. Why? Well, the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Now this is 16 parts by adding 5 plus 8 plus 3. So that means one part will be equal to 180 by 16, which is equal to 11.25 degrees. Of course, you may find that if you want to, but you can just do 8 parts directly to prove that's right angled. Well, over here I found it just for clarity. Well, 8 parts is equal to 11.25 times 8, which makes 90 degrees, and therefore this triangle is right angled since it has a right angle. Well, that's our answer. Question 19. Complete the table of values for 3y plus 5x is equal to 60. So when x is 0, we substitute x equals 0 here, so 3y equals 60 and y equals 20. Now when x is 6, we just substitute that there, and then 3y is equal to 30 and y is equal to 10. Now when y is equal to 0, we substitute that there, 5x equals 60 and x is equal to 12. On the grid, draw the graph of 3y plus 5x equals 60. Let's just plot these 3 points. Simple enough. We get that, and that. And yeah, just join the dots. Connect the dots or crosses or whatever. Just connect the points. And yeah, this is our graph. Let's just label it. And that's our answer. Question 20. The diagram shows a semicircle with radius 3 centimeters. Take to show the area of the semicircle correct to the nearest centimeter squared. Well, the area will be pi r squared divided by 2. Because there's a semicircle, we have to divide it by 2. Now that means for this radius, we just use our calculator to find the actual area. So 9 times pi divided by 2. So you get 14.1, and the area correct to the nearest centimeter squared will be 14. That'll be our answer. Let's go to question 21. Here's a table of values for all points that lie on the same straight line. Complete the table. Well, the increment of x, when it increases by 1, y increases by 5. So when x increases by 1, 2, 3, y will increase by also 5 times 3, which is 15. So 57 plus 15 is 72. That's our answer. Question 22. Solve the inequality. 2x plus 20 less than or equal to 16. We can bring the 20 to the other side. So that means 2x is less than or equal to minus 4. And dividing both sides by 2, x less than or equal to negative 2. And that's our answer. Question 23. Expand and simplify. X times x plus 4 plus x minus 3 times x plus 5. X times x plus 4 is just x squared plus 4x. And then x minus 3 times x plus 5 will be x squared plus 5x minus 3x, which makes plus 2x. And then minus 3 plus 5, multiplying we get minus 15. That's how we expand the bracket pairs. Now that makes 2x squared plus 6x minus 15. That's our answer. Let's go to question 24. Temperature is measured in Celsius and Fahrenheit degrees. The formula F equals 9C by 5 plus 32 is used to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. The approximate formula F equals 2C plus 30 is also used. Mike says there is a value of C where these two formulas give an equal value of F. Find the value of C to show that Mike is correct. Well, we can just substitute both of these formulas since F is the same term here. So we can equate 9C by 5 plus 32 and 2C plus 30. I can bring the 30 to the other side and 9C by 5 to this side. So we get 2 is equal to 1 by 5C, and that means C is equal to 10. So it's just 10 degrees Celsius, and that'll be our answer. Of course, we have to write, therefore, Mike is correct. Let's go to question 25. Safia has 2 bags of sweets. Each one contains red and green sweets only. She takes 1 sweet at random from each bag. The probability she takes a red sweet from the first bag is 0.3, and the probability she takes from both bags is 0.12. Complete the 5 missing probabilities on the tree diagram. So if the probability of getting red is 0.3, green will be 1 minus 0.3 or 0.7. And the probability of getting a red sweet from both bags is 0.12, which is 0.3 times the second bag here. So 0.3 times, let's say, n is equal to 0.12. N will be 0.12 by 0.3, which is 0.4. And that means over here also 0.4, And for green, it'll just be 1 minus 0.4, which is 0.6. That's our answer. Question 26. The diagram shows a garden in the shape of a hexagon. Eva builds a fence along all 6 sides of the garden. The fence costs $23 per meter. Calculate the total cost of the fence. Well, we need to find this length first. Only then we can find the total perimeter. So we can see that if we draw a dotted line there, this is 90 degrees. We have 9 meters here, and this length will be 20 minus 8, which is 12 meters. So this side length, let's call it n, we can find using Pythagoras theorem. 9 squared plus 12 squared equals n squared. 225 equals n squared, and n is equal to the square root of 225, which is 15. We only take the positive square root because this is a length. Length cannot be negative 15, right? So n is equal to 15 meters. Now, the total length of the fence will be equal to just the perimeter. 16 plus 20 plus 16 plus 8 plus 9 plus 15. Now, doing this, we get 84 meters. And the total cost of building the fence will be 84 times 23 because it's 84 meters and $23 per meter. We just use a calculator for this to get $1,932, and that's our answer. With that, I come to the end of the video. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends and family, and comment on how you think this video was. With that, it's me, Sanjay Vasu, signing out. Thank you. Bye.